Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Great to see you again. My name's Matthew Boyle. I come from America, but I've lived in China since 2011, and on this channel, I share motivation related to language learning. I share with you my language learning journey, and I also encourage people to come out and game with us online to practice languages every Saturday. Details at languagecardgames.com. But in today's video, I want to share with you a little story about my daughter. So she came home from kindergarten the other day, singing very enthusiastically a little song that came from another language that my wife and I and many of our friends couldn't identify.
高番薯阿姆兔，好食難做唔讀書，唔愛山唔愛樹，無聊無力冇得住，要鐵高尾高番薯。
Wow, how's that one? That's a long one. Okay, and can we hear the other one?
Yes. 叮叮當，叮叮當，富貴沒聽過，是唔是嘅一種種，保佑阿妹馬虎咗。
Did you practice those again today?
No.
How do you remember them so well?
No, Daddy.
And she was cracking us up. My wife and I were laughing so hard and making videos of her and asking her to sing it again and again because we just couldn't identify it. We had, I think my wife had maybe an inkling of an idea that it was, but we weren't sure. We sent the video off to different friends, and some of our friends who are, they couldn't identify it as. So I ended up having to message the teacher, and I took the initiative here because I was curious, and I texted the teacher a message using Pinyin, typing out Mandarin characters, and I asked her, I'm very curious, what language is my daughter speaking? It seems like she learned a language today at school. And the teacher replied, oh, we had like a lesson about Hakka culture, Hakka people, and we taught the students a little song about it, and your daughter was doing a very good job to learn the song and sing it well. So I thought that was really cool and really interesting, and it's an indicator to me, yet again, of how easy and fun it can be to absorb languages when we think a little bit more like children. I mean, so many young children in this world, they don't even know how cool and how amazing it is that they're already speaking 2 or 3 or 4 languages or more in some cases. Children don't really know, they don't really care, they don't distinguish. Their minds are just so open to learning everything they can. They're not judging themselves in the language. You know, they're not studying hard necessarily at a desk with a book. They're not even using apps or anything. They're just learning from friends, teachers, family members, and they're so open to it, so curious. They want to ask so many questions, and they also want to do well. You know, they're willing to try. Generally, little kids have a lot of intrinsic motivation, so we can learn from these things too. We should implement these practices too. But to come back to the story, we reviewed the song with our daughter, we talked more with our friends who are Hakka, and we realized from our friends that there's actually, I don't know if I would call it different dialects, I haven't done really enough research to know, but there's definitely different accents out there. So different Hakka people from different regions will speak the language of Hakka a little bit differently, and they might know different songs, for example, depending on where they've come from. So some of our Hakka friends were able to recognize the song later on, and some were not. You know, some knew it and some didn't. So that, again, was very exciting to me because China is just so full of languages, and especially, it seems, Guangdong. I mean, this country is just so alive with different languages, so it's a really great environment for me to feel inspired to pursue language learning, and I hope for you the same, that you can get into the right sort of environment that excites you and inspires you and encourages you to practice. I've started to share this story and share that song, the song that the teacher sent to me. I mean, she sent me a music, it's like a little music video or something. She sent it to me, So I've started to share this story and this song with more and more of our friends, and I hope in my own small little way I can help to make other people more aware of Hakka culture and Hakka language. In fact, some of my favorite foods here in China have turned out to be part of Hakka cuisine. And I didn't even know, but later I realized this, that maybe the way Hakka people make their dishes is a way that I really like. So check out the Hakka people, learn more about them. I'll put some links in the description below about the Hakka people. I'll also put some information about the song. And another quick story that I want to add in about my daughter here is that I practice learning some English with her every night because she's not learning English at school. I mean, I chat in English with her a lot through the day, but in the evenings we tend to actually practice a little bit, and I train her to do some handwriting, practice some flashcards, read a few words, and then I reward her by allowing her to watch some of her favorite English cartoons. Well, my son and I have been sick recently, and the other night I was really feeling so tired that I couldn't do it with her. This was 2 nights ago. I couldn't do our little study routine. And guess what? I heard from within the bedroom. I mean, I was in the bedroom and I heard from there that she was out here studying by herself. So that's the power of good habits. She got out her flashcards and she started to go through them and practice them. And then the next night, which was yesterday night, I started to begin the study routine with her, and she took the things from me and she said, Dad, I want to show you how I did this last night by myself, and you weren't here, you didn't see me. So I want to show you that I can do this by myself now. So the power of habits are strong. They work similarly for children or adults. Once you get the ball rolling, once you've implemented that habit for long enough, it becomes really hard to not do it. You will psychologically want to do it when it's time. I mean, you might not even know really what time it is, but your brain will tell you because it's desiring to do that habit. So it's an amazing thing, the power of habits and the power that little children have to learn. And I want to encourage you to think a little bit more like a child. Put the curiosity back into your practice. Put some of the awe and mystery back in. See the world with fresh eyes. You'll be more excited to learn. You'll find new motivation. And I think you're going to start to learn things more like children do. And that's kind of like the spirit that I have, the spirit that I try to maintain towards my language learning. I feel like language learning should be more smooth, more effortless, more fun, more memorable, more colorful. And that's the spirit I try to include in a lot of my videos that I make, in a lot of the resources that I make, like the games. And I think if we learn across our lives like this, it's just going to make our lives that much richer. Okay, I'll see you back here in the next video. Thanks for tuning in. Wishing you all the best with your language learning journey. Leave me a comment down below. Let's talk about how it's going for you. And I'll see you back here in the next one. Bye-bye.